What is unique about Rome, Georgia? The clock tower? The rivers? The medical community? All of these are true, and more. It is also known as a very giving community. Tonight, Redmond Regional Medical Center and the Heart of the Community Foundation will honor 7 individuals for their contributions to their community. Please sit back and enjoy hearing the stories of what each has given as an unsung hero.
Hello everybody, my name is Bob Berry.
And I am Mary Harden Thornton.
And we're here to welcome you to the 35th, yes that's right, Mary Harden, the 35th Heart of the Community Awards of Honor.
Bob, our situation this year has been a little bit different than in past years. A few more challenges and changes, but we are ready.
Well, you know, as a past recipient in 2017, what goes into this and all the hard work that it takes to put this on, and we want to give our special thanks to the Board of Governors for accepting those challenges this year, and we're here to recognize 7 of our community's unsung heroes. And they're Emily Yort, Dr. Matt McLean, Nell Reagan, Monica Shepard, Alan and Alfred Shropshire, and Julie Smith.
Bob, this is going to be a great presentation, and I'm so glad we're getting to do it, but there's just something I need to do real quick. Can you give me 1 minute?
We're just getting started.
I know. I'll be right back.
Come back now.
Ta-da!
What have you done?
Hey, listen, if COVID has taught me anything, it's how to wear something comfortable, okay? I mean, if we're going to watch this, and everybody at home is going to be watching it, they could be in their pajamas.
Well, you've certainly got them. I mean, did you rent those or buy them? I mean, something you already owned?
Yes, I paid money for these.
Good,
Oh, it's cute.
good.
I liked
That's
it.
Great.
You know,
What else
you can
came
borrow
with
it.
it?
Yeah. Well, I hope everyone at home that is watching that is a recipient, guys, go put your medals on. This is your time to wear them. This is when I get to wear mine again. So
put your kidney stones on there too. All right.
I think it's cute.
Well, it is the whole thing. I really appreciate you dressing up this event.
I just want to be comfortable, and we also want everyone to know that our recipients will be recognized at what we hope to be back to normal, an event in 2022.
Well, as you know, Redmond has been the presenting sponsor of this event from day one. And they've done it for 35 years faithfully, and they have been a great partner and benefit to this community.
Have you emceed it 35 years?
Close. The first few years were in pajamas, and then I moved on to a tuxedo after that. You know, Redmond's President and CEO, John Quinlevin, has been such a supporter of this event.
Yes.
John has shown great leadership at Redmond, and particularly this last year when we've had to all deal with the COVID virus, and John has been sort of marshaling his hospital through that and helping this community all the way to now through the vaccine process. And I know there's been a lot of effort going on there, and I went the first day that the clinic at Redmond opened up, and John, being the leader that he is, to show that it was safe to do, was out there, and he was standing in line, and after about 15 minutes, the lady came up to him and said, "Mr. Quinlevin, you can pull your pants up now. We give it to you in your arm." And I thought that was just great leadership on his part, didn't you?
Just shining example to the community.
Thank you, John. Thank you for laying it all out there for the community. And we want to also extend a warm welcome to all of our guests tonight. I know it's different, but
hey,
this is different.
Hey, I mean, everybody's been doing Zoom. You know, everybody should be used to this by now. Like, and you've heard the whole thing about like the Zoom facelift requests now, like that you have to like do your camera just right so you don't have like the chin. I'm thankful this is like, I'm so glad our full bodies are on this. You know, this is really exactly what I was hoping.
I brought my pajamas.
Joining us now is John Quinlevin, CEO of Redmond Regional Medical Center. He will share with us some of the challenges of 2020 and recognize the many who stepped up to make the best of our situation.
Good evening. A year ago, when we gathered in all our finery to celebrate our Heart of the Community Awards of Honor Gala, as we had done for 33 years prior, we had little idea what was about to befall us. Mere weeks after the event, a gentleman walked into the ER at Redmond with what we soon learned was COVID-19, coronavirus disease 2019. That patient, who subsequently appeared on 3 different national network news programs from his hospital room at Redmond, was the index patient for the first major community outbreak of COVID-19 in our area, the reunion service at the church at Liberty Square in Cartersville. It became what we now know as a super spreader event. As we look back on 2020, there's so much we want to forget. The friends and neighbors we've lost, the illness so many have suffered, the businesses that have closed, the isolation we've endured, and these damn masks that, by the way, have saved more lives than any drug or therapy. But we can't forget, and we shouldn't. I've been prouder of our team at Redmond than ever before. The doctors, nurses, therapists, technicians, and support staff who willingly engaged these patients and cared for them even when we didn't know how dangerous this disease was or what harm they, the caregivers, might suffer. So I want to nominate our whole team at Redmond and healthcare workers generally for Heart of the Community Awards of Honor. This year, more than ever, they really are our unsung heroes. Like so many of you, I have so enjoyed the Heart of the Community Awards of Honor Gala over the years, and I'm so proud of Redmond's continued support for it. I've enjoyed watching it grow stronger, and we have evidence of that this evening in our Heart of the Community Foundation Board Chairman, David Brearley, an Eagle Scout and a Sunday school teacher. It hasn't been too many years since we relied on Harry Brock and Mark Webb, individuals of questionable standing, to lead us. Thankfully, those days are in our past. And thanks to David for his 2 years of service as board chair. He's done a great job and only occasionally made us wonder if he really is an Eagle Scout and if he really does teach Sunday school. I guess those years at Brinson Askew and Berry take a toll on a man. Thanks to our Heart of the Community Foundation board members. Year after year, you've done an incredible job. You've made this foundation and this event truly unique and wonderful. You know this is a working board. It's WFW, working for Wanda. But you take it on anyway. You do a great job and you make it happen. Pandemic's pandemic. Thank you. Thank you to our sponsors who've joined with Redmond to make this event possible. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you to those watching tonight. We know next year you'll be back with us in ball gowns and black ties, but this year we want you to relax and enjoy the event in your boxer shorts, bathrobes, and bedroom slippers. You know, it occurs to me how appropriate that is and how long overdue. This year, for the first time ever, Alvin Jackson won't be the only one to appear at the Heart of the Community Gala in his underwear. I mentioned Brinson Askew and Berry and the toll it's taken on David. Some people face that kind of pressure and become hardened, like David. Others just slowly slip a little further over the edge, which brings me to our Master of Ceremonies, Bob Berry, who's done such a wonderful job over the years and who's joined this year by Mary Hardin Thornton. In thinking about this pairing, what comes to mind is that of raising a difficult child and trying to keep him away from other bad children who will only exacerbate his behavior. So, Mary Hardin, don't encourage him. Congratulations to our Award of Honor recipients. Thank you for making our community the wonderful place it is. Again, thank you all for joining us. We hope you have a great evening and enjoy the event.
Thanks, John. Okay, so I felt like it was really important that I put my formal wear back on for the most important part of the night. We're going to talk about our award recipients. And I know it's probably a little disappointing. You probably want to see Bob Berry right now, and we all do. You know, Bob's a great guy. He's gone right now. I kind of feel like y'all should know, along with a lot of other Americans, Bob has been banned from Twitter, and so everybody just felt like it might be a better thing if I went ahead and introduced our award winners. So I'm happy to share with our audience the accomplishments of our 7 honorees. It is said of our first honoree that she defines servant leadership and has given selflessly and tirelessly to our community. Our first recipient is Emily York. Her service has been evident in her work with Megan Waters and the Heart Art Project for the Rome Area Council for the Arts. Emily's efforts to educate our community about Rome's First Lady, Ellen Axon Wilson, during her 100th anniversary of her homecoming in 2015 was remarkable. and also Emily's involvement and commitment to bring the Young Life program to Rome, and especially her mentorship work within that program for teenage mothers just makes her an outstanding candidate for this award. She's not only a cheerful giver of her time and talents, she goes above and beyond to help anyone in need. Let's hear more from Emily.
You know, I've just always felt compelled to contribute to wherever God puts me. And the minute we moved to Floyd County, there were so many opportunities. I've always said this is a fabulous community and so many things going on and so many ways to get involved and help. If you don't do that in Rome, you are missing great things, great people, great ways to help, and great ways to make a better community. But you ask, what are some highlights? There are so many, but two come to mind really quickly. The Rome Area Council for the Arts is always trying to think of ways to promote our local artists. Well, I established the Heart Art Project, and I thought, how can we highlight our local artists and partner with a great organization? So I came up with the 3D hearts that we ask local artists to paint, create. They're always so creative. And I went to Redmond, and John Quinlevin and I said, would you guys be interested in partnering with us? We come from promoting our local art aspect, and you guys come from heart health. And John said, absolutely, that's something we would love to partner with a nonprofit. We're on our 8th year. I think our community looks forward to February, whether it's a canvas on our town green or whether it's a 3D freestanding heart. I think it's just been a highlight of February, and it thrills me when I see people say, oh, I love seeing the hearts. I was on the steering committee to bring Young Life to Floyd County, and so 2 years ago we decided to bring another program under the Young Life umbrella, which is called Young Lives, and it is supporting teen moms and their babies. So I've been on that board for a couple of years, and we're in our 2nd year, and it's going well. So that's another passion of mine, just to help young moms along the way. Another thing that the Rome Area Council for the Arts did that I think we're also proud of in our community is in 2014, that was the 100th year anniversary of Ellen Axon Wilson's death and her homecoming, because she died as the wife of President Woodrow Wilson while in the White House, and her casket was brought to Rome to be buried in her hometown up on Myrtle Hill Cemetery. We took that entire year and we created educational components. We had commissioned a video that we gifted to every school in Floyd County, that we gifted to our chamber, and so people come from all over, and Sammy Rich tells me that they showed the video and people are so inspired by Ellen. She was a fabulous woman. And then a culminating activity of that whole year was that with private and public partnerships and individuals, we commissioned a bronze statue of Ellen Axon Wilson, and we gifted it to our city, and it is on the town green, and it is a beautiful statue of Ellen. And every time I walk by and I see a family or visitors from Rome stop and look at her statue, and they read the plaque and they learn about the great woman that she was, I just feel like that's a gift that will last generation after generation, and just solidify her legacy here in her hometown. I think the first thing you have to do when you decide that you want to contribute or get involved in something is really assess yourself and say, where's my heart? Where's my passion? Find where you can plug in, and I think you can help continue to make our community a fabulous place to live.
That was great. I love the videos about all of our recipients. That's such a fun part of the evening. And I've had the opportunity to volunteer and work with Emily, and just what a great deserving candidate. Now on to our next recipient. From her early involvement with the Coosa River Basin Initiative, her work with Empty Bowls, her weekly article in the Rome News Tribune, and her in-kind design work she's offered to not-for-profit agencies, Monica Shepard has done it all. A beekeeper herself, she was instrumental in Rome becoming a Bee City USA. She volunteers her time and energy for any and all causes that are helpful to our citizens and our city. Let's hear more from Monica herself.
So, my parents were a big influence on me, of course. They have, over the years, been involved with beekeeping a lot, and watching them get involved with organizations and that sort of thing gave me a sense of what it is to be a part of a group that has a goal in mind and doing things together to support a cause, I think that we can never lose sight of how important we are to each other. And I work with bees a lot. That's my most passionate cause. And I think that they are the perfect example of how great it is to work as what they are called as a superorganism. And the idea of working, a lot of small organisms working together as a superorganism, to me is very representative of what it is to be a part of a community. And so I think that, always keeping in mind how we can be of support to others and how we're working as a big picture is important. We have become less and less attached to our natural world, and people oftentimes think of bees as these scary, stinging, buzzing, terrifying things, but they're actually really important to our natural environment and therefore to us, And so it's so much fun to me to talk to people about how they can plant some flowers in their yard or not spray pesticides in their yard and that sort of thing as a way of being a part of this bigger picture again. So I don't know, if I think about what it is that I would want people to remember about me, what my legacy might be, I think that really the main thing for me is just knowing that anyone has come away from something that I have put out there and take that and say, oh, I have a different understanding now. I see that differently now, or I understand that now, or I can accept that now. So like with my column that I write each week, I feel like a broken record because I feel like I'm constantly saying, let's work together, let's be kind, let's, become part of a whole, together. And because I think we struggle with that right now. And so if anyone comes away from reading one of my columns and says, oh, yeah, I should be a little nicer or whatever, then that's sufficient. My partner in crime in several things that I do is Andy Byer. And we have been doing the Chiaha Festival, co-directing the Chiaha Festival together for many years. And we also keep bees together. We together helped get Rome designated as a Bee City USA. Bee City USA, it's similar to being a Tree City USA. It's an umbrella organization that there's criteria for a number of beehives and beekeepers and pollinator-friendly gardens and that sort of thing that you have in your community. And we saw this opportunity and knew that we had a lot of beekeepers here in Rome. And it's amazing to me to see how it has opened people's eyes to the importance of having bees and other pollinators in our community. And I think that we all have the potential to discover those things, to act on those things, and to promote those things to people around us as well.
I really love watching all these videos. They're so great, and so many of these people are folks I personally know. I have gotten to work with Monica a lot in some of my jobs, and she's a great graphic designer. She really is a great community enhancer. Thanks, Monica. Next, in an effort to combat the COVID pandemic, Dr. Matt McLean stepped out of his role as a local radiologist to perform extensive research of treatments for the virus. He participated in studies with the Mayo Clinic, and ultimately, through an affiliation with Blood Assurance, he, along with others, formed the local plasma therapy. Plasma therapy is a treatment program that uses convalescent plasma to treat the COVID virus. He also serves on the board of the Exchange Club Family Resource Center, where he not only assists with financial planning and leadership skills, he also provides the parent aides with training to help prevent the spread of the pandemic. Let's hear from a few of Dr. McLean's supporters.
I'm absolutely thrilled that Dr. McLean received this award for many reasons, but I think one of the most important reasons is there are people out there that do great things and they're in the spotlight a lot. Dr. McClain does great things and does not want to be in the spotlight at all, which is pretty much why I'm sitting here talking about him for him, which I love. I just love that about him. He is probably one of the most humble men that I've met in a long time. And, you know, the work that he's done with plasma therapy, I don't think our community realizes the impact that he's had for us in the work that he's done.
I believe that we've gone through a significant pandemic since the beginning. And in the very beginning of this, we really didn't know what was coming. I really didn't have any effective therapy for it very early on. Matt buried himself in the literature, in the media, and everything out there, and came up with the idea of bringing plasma therapy to Rome. So having the ability to donate plasma with antibody-rich plasma to treat COVID patients. And we thought very early this may be very tough for Rome, but Matt didn't let that dissuade him at all. We're not a major academic center around here. We're little old Rome, Georgia, with small hospitals, and he brought the ability for us to give this innovative therapy, and spent hours and hours of research and personal time making this possible, and something that's been wildly effective for the community. Matt has been the driving force behind this, and we're both very, very proud of him, and he's very, very deserving.
There really was no therapy that we knew about. It was all kind of just trying other things that worked for other SARS viruses, but not specific for COVID-19. And the group from Johns Hopkins, Dr. Castelval, published an article in literature about using plasma therapy for COVID-19. This is what Matt saw, and we researched and decided that looked like our best option until a vaccine comes. And
the irony is it's a very, very old therapy, probably hundreds of years. This sort of practice has been used, giving people the blood of patients that have had a known infection. So it's, in a lot of ways, sort of an ancient therapy, but it's kind of all we had at the beginning of this outbreak, knowing so little about it, and really no effective therapy otherwise.
What I'd like everyone to know about Dr. McClain is we have an FDA-approved treatment in our community to manage COVID-19, and it is saving lives. I talk to many patients through this organization, and they tell me this made a difference. This made my mother turn the corner. So it's working. And what I want you to know is that I think, in my opinion, this man single-handedly, at least initially, went out on a limb and made this happen here. And we've been infusing people. We were actually, according to one of the physicians, one of the first to infuse this convalescent plasma over academic centers.
I'm very happy that Dr. McClain is getting the award. Matt is extremely humble. He's very deserving for so many things that he does, primarily the plasma therapy stuff currently, but he devotes of his time in so many ways, and I'm very proud of him.
That's so inspiring. This has been such a hard time. I don't think I am alone in thinking that. But what's really hard is not being able to do anything about the pandemic and the virus, and to see Dr. McClain really step out of his role and try to help. That's just so inspiring. We're just so thankful that there are people like that who give, and we really appreciate your efforts, Dr. McClain. Before we continue, we want to share with you that each year, Redmond and the Heart of the Community donate $500 to the charities chosen by each of the recipients. This year's donations are given to the Animal Rescue Foundation in honor of Nell Reagan, Bee City USA, as chosen by Monica Shepard, the Exchange Club Family Resource Center, donated by Julie Smith and Dr. Matt McClain, Habitat for Humanity by Alan and Alfred Shropshire, and the Rome Area Council for the Arts, along with Young Life, by Emily Yort. We're so fortunate that Redmond sees the importance of not only honoring these folks, but honoring the things that they believe in and the charities that they use and donate their time to make Rome and Floyd County a better place, to make it our community. So thank you, and thank you for choosing these great charities to work with. Continuing with our honorees, our next recipient is being remembered for all she did for Rome and Floyd County and was fondly referred to as the matriarch of mass media. A matriarch is a woman who leads a family or a group, and that could definitely be said about Nell Reagan. She worked tirelessly to help others publicize their upcoming events and what was going on in Rome on Talk of the Town, her local radio show. She each year baked her famous strawberry cake for the tomato sandwich dinner that benefited the free clinic. Her cake would bring around $500 during the auction, and it was really highly sought after. She had a dazzling career in radio and was a pioneer in the broadcasting industry. She was honored on several occasions and can be seen with numerous celebrities. Her career in radio unfortunately ended with her death on February 7th, 2020. However, the legacy she left will be an influence for many for a long time. Let's hear from a few of her friends.
Talk of the Town took on a life through Nell Reagan. Nell, without question, always would get so involved in everything that she had a passion for. And she wanted to make a difference. She wanted people to be successful. She wanted these organizations that were looking for ways to help people get the money they needed to help people.
Separating Nell from media and community, tough to do, because for her it was one thing. I mean, Talk of the Town every day, let's face it, she made sure and brought in people who she felt needed to have a prolonged experience on radio that day or that week or whatever. She had her regulars, the dirt boys and the historians and the historical historians, but she also made sure and got other people who needed some PSA or time in there that maybe didn't get it. You can do a 30-second PSA, but what do you get out of that? Hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. But you sit down, you ask LaDonna Collins exactly what does the Commission on Children and Youth do, and why do you need our help? And LaDonna gets time to tell you exactly what needs to be done. Or Barbara Earl back with her free clinic days or whatever. You didn't have that in this community. And, I don't know if we have much of that today.
Nell epitomizes everything the heart of the community stands for. Nell truly did nothing that she did not get personally involved with and try to tell their story, effectively tell their story, and then go the step beyond. How can I help? What can I do personally that will help you get your mission accomplished? But the list is just so long of all of the community activities, and these were things she did. No one had to ask her to do it. She saw the need and she met it. I think Nell Reagan receiving Heart of the Community is long overdue. I think that it is such an honor to honor her memory. I think it's an honor for her son and daughter, Jimmy and Lynn. And it's just an honor that Nell richly deserves.
I don't think you can close an interview with talking about Nell Reagan without saying the things she said the most. And that tagline was very simple: see ya. And I wish I had more chance to say see ya to Nell.
Nell, if you were here today, I want you to know your office is still exactly the way you left it. And you're welcome anytime.
Boy, I sure do miss Nell Reagan. The lunch hour just isn't as fun anymore. She certainly promoted everything and everyone in such a positive way, and we miss hearing her voice on the radio. Thanks, Nell, for all you did. Our next recipients are our first set of twins ever to receive the Heart of the Community Award, Alan and Alfred Shropshire. Born in Rome, Alan and Alfred each graduated from Lincoln University in Pennsylvania with honors and degrees in biology and chemistry. Following military service, each worked in healthcare in Pennsylvania, Alan at Jefferson Medical Center and Alfred at Einstein Medical Center. Each retired in 1996 and returned to Rome. After returning to Rome, they have been leaders in their churches, Metropolitan United Methodist Church and Westminster Presbyterian Church. Each has participated in projects for Habitat for Humanity and the NAACP. Let's hear from the twins, Alan and Alfred.
My church has started me off on the line that I've been on since I've been here in Rome. I joined the church as soon as I came to Rome, the Westminster Presbyterian, because I've been a Presbyterian up north all my life. The church, Habitat, was building a home in North Rome, and there was a group of guys from the church who were going to work on it. And they'd been working for Habitat for years, ever since it started its operation here in Rome. And so I volunteered to go with them. And that's what kept me going to Habitat all these years.
Well, tell you the truth, my brother was the one who told me that what he was going to do. So being twins, I would naturally say, well, take me with you. So over the years, we have worked together on many projects and met many gentlemen here and ladies who influenced us to continue to work with Habitat as well as other projects which came up. So right now, I'm not working with Habitat simply because it's a little bit cold. Well, you're helping others. There's a number of persons who would like to have a nice home, who would like to be able to take care of their families. And so what happens is they tend to think that the world is a bad place because everybody's succeeding but them. So when opportunities come up to help somebody, you can't say no.
And then again, those people we help, they help on the homes themselves. So they in turn will go ahead and help somebody else. You know?
So if you can help somebody, why not? And it's not going to be a problem for you. It's going to be something that will influence you in your lifetime, and you can say, I did something. Because we can't go through life thinking that we're the only person that exists, and everything is all built around me, except me. All things are built about my brother. Well, you know, we've been here for 20 years. 20 years. And, you know, when you grow up someplace else, you never think you're going to leave that place. But Rome was a special place for us because, you know, I can think back and remember as a kid, we lived on Gibbon Street. Even though we didn't actually grow up here, Rome was always a part of us. And it's been a really a pleasant adventure for us. So pleasant that we decided this is exactly where we should have been for the rest of our lives. And hopefully we will be able to work to continue helping in the community wherever we can and blessing others as we've been blessed.
All I can say is ditto. He said everything that I was thinking.
Wow, that was a lot of fun. Wouldn't it be great to have a twin? Our friend Evelyn Hamilton told us that when Alan and Alfred moved back to Rome, They built houses beside each other on the family farm on Shropshire Road. That's so great. Alan and Alfred, thank you for everything you've done for Rome and Floyd County. You're wonderful people. Okay, we're on to our last recipient for the evening. And if you look for this person, you might find her on one of the many beautiful trails in Rome, sitting on the board of the Exchange Club Family Resource Center, or driving a van from the YMCA to distribute food in the WISE Community Outreach Program. Of course, I'm talking about Julie Smith. Julie also can be seen with school children. She's a great mentor at the Davies Homeless Shelter or the Ruth and Naomi Shelter. She pretty much helps anyone in need. She's a great friend to our community. Julie also serves as the first executive director for TREAD, which promotes the trails, recreation, and economic development for Rome and Floyd County. Let's hear from Julie.
I always say Rome is an easy place to live, to raise kids, and to get involved. I'm just a get involved kind of person. I'm a need to know kind of person. So the fact that there are a multitude of activities and nonprofits and ways to give back just makes it easy. So TREAD stands for Trails for Recreation and Economic Development, and that's a very intentional acronym that we came up with when we were founded in 2012. Obviously, we know trails provide recreation, but what a lot of people don't think about is the trickle-down economic effect that trails also bring to communities. So that's what we want for Rome and Floyd County. We want people to come here, use our trails, so their dollars stay in Rome and Floyd County. The advent of the Jackson Hill Trails in 2013, the assistant city manager then came to TREAD, we had newly formed, and said, can you pretend like Jackson Hill in downtown Rome is your backyard? Can you build some trails? So that was a huge effort, and to this day, people still go to Jackson Hill. We built 5 miles or 6 miles of looping mountain bike trail for mountain bikers, for hikers, for dog walkers, for runners, and it's just kind of an oasis in downtown Rome. So that's really contributed to, to me, to the quality of life. Another thing that I'm really excited that I did last year, on a whim, I picked up the phone in May, and I called Jennifer Jolly, who runs the YMCA Outreach Program, and I reached out to her about a part-time summer job. And so that moved into, in March, when the pandemic hit, and everything shut down, I had some time on my hands, and so I called Jennifer in March, and when the outreach program started, the emergency feeding program again, so I volunteered with the YMCA several days a week, and we would provide food for the community. So currently I am site director for a mobile home park in West Rome, and so we provide food for them twice a week. And to see the need out there is amazing. There's so much food insecurity and just so much insecurity around, within certain populations. And so I've loved to get to know the people and the kids and the different cultures. I think maybe some of the work that I've done has touched my oldest, my 17-year-old. He's in the process of getting his Eagle Scout badge. And his project was to build a fire pit for the Davies Homeless Shelter for the men. And so that was really exciting to me. I didn't push him in the project. He came up with that on his own. So I'm really proud of the effort that he's done to give those men, as my husband put it, he said, Nate, you have given those men what every man wants, is to sit around a fire and feel complete and normal. So I'm just really proud of him and the efforts, and that was not me pushing, but hopefully he saw that the need is out there and he wanted to give back something to the Davies Shelter. I've always said that Rome is a very easy place to live. It's not hard to get involved. I think one needs to look at the paper and the community calendar, and they can see every day the different types of ways that they can, reach out and touch their community. But I think that there are so many nonprofits in Rome and so many diverse nonprofits. So, there's just a multitude of ways to give back, and I think if you are looking to plug in somewhere, I'm gonna hedge a bet and think that probably there's someplace in Rome that you can do that.
What an incredible inspiration each of you has been through your service to our community. We want to thank Mary Hardin Thornton and Bob Berry for hosting us tonight. They return now to close our program.
Mary Arden, I honestly, I don't know what to say. What's the idea
Listen, I'm a girl. I want to change clothes. I like,
You have wardrobe people in the back?
I do have people helping me. I brought a little crew, and they're back there waiting on me to come up with my next, my street clothes.
We're all just having to wait on you. You do understand that.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. It's what it is.
You did a great job going through all of our recipients tonight, and that is a great group of servant leaders. And particularly, we feel that in this COVID year, honestly, and we know that we've got so many people in this town that have done so many great things, never expecting any recognition for it, and that makes it all the better.
Yes, I agree, and I'm really thankful that Redmond wanted to do this. It's been real easy to go, let's not do it. We'll reschedule it, and we'll do the prom 2 years from now. Nobody wants to do that, and to pull through and honor these people who were going to do great stuff anyway. They weren't doing it for the recognition to start with, so they get to be honored in this time, and I hope they know they're like the really extra special ones, because this has been tough. But I do want to congratulate all of our recipients again. Emily York, Dr. Matt McLean, Nell Reagan, we love you, Nell, Monica Shepard, Alan and Alfred Shropshire. I mean, I'm a mother of 2 boys. If I had those boys for my sons, I would be over the moon. What a great thing. And of course, Julie Smith, all these wonderful people.
Right. And I understand we're going to bring all of them back next year so that they get to actually be in the event and live and in person, and we can more properly recognize them.
That's right, and they won't have to be 6 feet apart wearing a mask.
Alligator arms 6 feet apart. All right. Well, listen, thank you all for being with us tonight. I know it wasn't easy for you to
to not get in full makeup and wear fake eyelashes and pantyhose and high heels? I'm sorry.
I can't wait. It's been great to do this. We appreciate the chance to do it so that we can say our own thank you to everybody. So look forward to next year, 2022. Everybody stay healthy and stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Good night.